How's it going, everyone? Chris here with Simply SNUC, and today I'm going to be talking about a very exciting topic, AI. That's right, the classic Steven Spielberg movie from 2001 starring Haley Joel Osment and Jude Law. Wait, no, that's not right. See, I used AI to write this intro, and it must have misunderstood what I meant. Let me start over. And we're back. So today, I'm going to be talking about AI. Artificial intelligence, not the movie, but the game-changing technology that companies and individuals are using to analyze data and solve all sorts of problems all across the world. But there's a lot of controversy surrounding AI. For instance, the US recently restricted exports from chip makers like Nvidia to places like China to help curb the advancement of their military. And also, there's a lot of fear around AI taking people's jobs in all sorts of industries. So with all this going on, you probably have a lot of questions about what problems is AI actually solving. I have those same questions, and that's why I'm going to have a conversation with Prabhat Gupta from a company called Megh about AI and what that means for our future. So without further ado, let's bring in Prabhat. Welcome, Prabhat.
Hi Chris. Glad to be here.
Is it okay if I call you PK?
Yes, absolutely. I go as PK.
Okay, perfect. So I'm glad you could join me here just to have a conversation about AI.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Yeah, thank you.
So my first question is going to be, how would you define AI? Because it's a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So how would you generally define artificial intelligence? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, as you said, it's got various interpretations, various views. The way I see AI is essentially it's the science of making machines that can think like humans, right? So that's like the headline. It is to do things that are considered smart. It's to deal with, AI can deal with large amounts of data much better than humans. And so the goal of AI essentially is to recognize patterns, make decisions, make judgments like humans, but using a ton of data and doing it automatically.
Would one way to say it is that the goal of AI is that you're enabling the machines that we use, or computers or software, to basically make, not like huge decisions, but to look at data, analyze it, and then make decisions based on that to help us, to speed up basically our ability to sort through data and make decisions ourselves.
Correct. But areas where AI is being used today and making quite a big impact is verticals like healthcare, where it's being used to develop new drugs much more fast and efficiently than before, even delivering personalized care. In finance, it's being used to manage risk and detect fraud. Manufacturing, automatic quality control, right? Much better than what humans can do. AI can take vision and look for defects and identify defects much better. In retail, getting personalized recommendations, that's all AI behind it, where they look at patterns and recommend, maybe a bit too much, but if you are shopping online, you'll get personalized recommendation. It's all AI engines behind it.
So, I mean, you've spoken about all the different, it's obviously in a lot of verticals, but what to you is the most compelling thing about AI, like the application of it?
Yeah.
Is it in healthcare? Is it in retail?
So I'll answer that like in terms of what we are doing with AI, right? At Megh Computing, right? So we use AI essentially for machine vision, or it's also called computer vision, right? Essentially, the field of AI that enables computers to look at, say, vision, like pictures, right, frames or video clips, and make meaningful, interpret the images, and then make decisions based on that. So that's what we use AI for. The field is called typically intelligent video analytics. So we use inputs from cameras to analyze what the cameras are seeing using AI engines behind. We detect, say, people or motion or vehicles, and then we determine even behavior patterns, and we prevent things like we reduce physical security threats or worker safety risk, or including quality control, and all those various applications for video analytics. based on advanced AI. So that's what we do at Megh Computing.
Yeah, I'd read a little bit on your website about it. You guys are heavily, or not heavily, but you guys very much work in the security realm. I hadn't thought about like as a safety kind of precaution because I used to do some safety work myself, and it's impossible for me to go to every job site and look at what everyone's doing all the time. But if you have a camera and a computer that can do that for you, I imagine that can greatly reduce risk to people.
Correct. In fact, that is one of our premier offering. One of the solutions we offer is we call it VAS, Video Analytics Solution for Smart Buildings, which includes real estate, construction sites, office buildings, retail sites, where we monitor the surrounding areas, including inside and outside the premise, to look for any physical threats. So we use cameras and sensors to analyze all the data, and if we see any threat emerging, we notify the required operators who can then step in and take action quickly.
We've covered some of the things that AI helps with, some of the problems that it solves, but do you see any, and you had mentioned that we would come back to it, but do you see any dangers or any downsides to AI?
Yes, so there are a few that are being discussed widely, right? The first one that comes to mind is the loss of jobs, right? So there's been a lot of discussions on that, how AI is going to eliminate jobs, not just blue collar jobs, but even white collar jobs nowadays. A lot of articles on that. And so the fact is, as with any new technology, right, there will be some jobs replaced. But there's increasing evidence, right, that with AI, there's actually is going to create more jobs than eliminate. So essentially, the nature of jobs might shift, but in the end, as with other technologies that have come, right, the overall effect is positive. So that's one area.
So at Megh, you said you use AI for a lot of security applications and also for, I forget how you described it, but basically in retail looking for patterns, helping. I just saw an article about how they're using AI to reduce waste and things like that. So how does Megh leverage AI and help customers kind of solve their problems?
So at Megh, we provide a solution called Video Analytics Solution. It's an intelligent video analytics solution that is AI based. It's fully customizable. It's cross-platform. It's deployed at the edge, but also hybrid from edge to the cloud. And we use it to ingest data from cameras and sensors to reduce risk and improve operational efficiency. So we do both those two things for different verticals, right? So we do it for what we call smart buildings, which includes commercial real estate establishments. We do it for smart warehouses, smart cities, smart retail, where we support various use cases, and also other venues where we can build very customized applications. So we essentially use AI engine to analyze data from cameras and sensors, look for patterns, and then create insights that our customers, operators can act on, right, to that have business impact.
We recently did a video about edge computing, and SNUCs end up at the edge a lot just because they're small, they're compact, and also I feel like they're easier to ruggedize than a standard desktop. But how do mini PCs kind of fit into AI's future?
Yeah, so we at Megh Computing, we use our solutions, our video analytics solution that I talked about earlier, right, is essentially an edge to cloud solution. So we deploy the devices, compute devices, AI edge boxes, they are called. One example of them are these SNUCs made by Intel and other vendors. So we provide the AI boxes at the edge, so we can process the data at the edge, get the insights, the alerts at the edge, and then send those to the cloud to be managed. So it's a very optimum configuration of edge to cloud deployment model that we use. And the AI boxes that we use are very capable. And a single AI box can manage, tens of cameras, up to even 100 cameras. And so they are very effective in being deployed at the edge, low power, close to the source of data, low latency, decreased bandwidth, for all those benefits, deploying at the edge, doing the processing at the edge is very beneficial.
So I have just one last question, and it's a very
Sure.
serious question, so take your time answering, but how long do you think it is before AI takes over everything and we're just kind of servants to robots?
I believe it's still far away. It's difficult to predict. It will not be in our lifetime. I'm quite sure about that, because there's still some very basic. Besides all the progress that's been made, tremendous progress that's been made recently with this large language models and other generative models, which seems quite actually magical, right?
Yeah.
Having them, ChatGPT or something, write up an essay, an article on any topic seems very magical, but still very, very far away from the human intelligence, right? What humans are capable of, and still very far away from it taking over, right?
Yeah.
The human intelligence and singularity. So I'd say there's still some very basic discoveries still to happen. So it is very, very far away.
Well, I said it before, I'm not really concerned about it, but I think it's always worth asking how long until we lose all of our autonomy, because computers are just doing everything for us. Is there anything you want to add here before we sign off, or do you feel like did we cover everything? Did we talk about literally everything there is to talk about AI, or did we miss anything?
I think we've covered a lot. Yeah, nothing else comes to mind.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to have you back sometime. We can talk more about AI. Maybe this will be the post-apocalypse one we'll talk about. But it's very good having you on. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, thank you, Chris.